fostering relevant, well-informed discourse on contemporary global issues. It's because of community partners like you. 70-year legacy as a leader of international exchange in our state. Global Ties Arizona has brought thousands of international visitors from nearly every continent to interact with our people, fostering relevant, well-informed discourse on contemporary global issues. It's because of community partners like you that we are able to show the world the best that Arizona has to offer. While we have had to rethink the way we connect meaningfully with our counterparts around the world in the face of a global pandemic, we are living in a time when relationships with other nations are more important than ever. Together as global citizens, we are grappling with challenges like our recovery from COVID-19, climate change, and the fight for social equality and justice everywhere. And it's only together that we will solve them. Through the continued exchange of ideas and information, through empathy, kindness, and understanding, through real people-to-people relationships, through citizen diplomacy.
Good morning and welcome to the Global Ties Arizona virtual relaunch. My name is Kristen Allen and I am proud to serve Global Ties Arizona as Executive Director. I am absolutely thrilled that you have joined us today to honor our organization's legacy as a leader of international exchange and citizen diplomacy in our great state, and to celebrate new beginnings as Global Ties Arizona begins a next chapter in history with new leadership on our board of directors, and new staff, a new website, and new office location in Central Phoenix, and a firm foot forward to continue to drive people-to-people exchange between Arizona and countries around the world in the midst of a global pandemic and beyond into the future. I myself have been very fortunate to experience the benefits of international exchange as a young student and expat, having interned in Nicaragua and then studied and worked in Spain for nearly 6 years. My time since then back in the United States has widely consisted of international collaboration, working in both U.S.-Mexico cross-border business relations and most recently, higher education partnerships with Latin America. And now, as a former Global Ties Arizona board member, I am humbled to rejoin this incredible organization in the role of executive director and work to carry out and further Global Ties Arizona's mission of building and strengthening relationships between our citizens, businesses, and nations around the world. I am also grateful to work with an incredible team and members of our board of directors, who you will meet all of them in just a while, that are also very committed to cultural awareness and understanding. One of 84 community-based members across the United States, Global Ties Arizona forms part of the Global Ties U.S. national network and is the implementing organization of the U.S. Department of State's International Visitor Leadership Program for the Greater Phoenix and Northern Arizona areas. The Global Ties Network was founded in 1961 by President John F. Kennedy in order to break down borders and foster international connections through programs like the International Visitor Leadership Program, which we call IVLP. IVLP is the U.S. Department of State's premier professional exchange program. Historically, through short-term visits to the United States, current and emerging foreign leaders in a variety of fields experience our country firsthand, cultivating lasting relationships with their American counterparts. They engage in professional meetings that reflect their interests, as well as cultural activities with local residents, ultimately supporting the foreign policy goals of the United States and powering America's soft diplomacy efforts around the world. Global Ties Arizona brings these foreign leaders and professionals here to our community to interact with our businesses and our citizens. Pre-COVID, the International Visitor Leadership Program brought in 5,000 international visitors annually to the United States. Nearly 300 of these visitors came to Arizona in 2019 from more than 70 countries. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, across our network, we have had to rethink the way that we conduct international exchange, and we've had to adapt, as we all have, to connecting across virtual environments. It has undoubtedly been a challenging year, yet it has also come with so much opportunity. Opportunity to learn, to better listen to one another, and to be creative. Over the last 6 weeks alone, Global Ties Arizona has hosted 40 professional fellows from across 15 countries through 4 IVLP programs. Coming up in the next month, we will host another 5 programs with participants from across Africa, Brazil, and from around the world. In today's virtual event, with the help of our Global Ties Arizona team, our board, and our special guests, we will share more about the history of our organization and network, the impact of citizen diplomacy and the U.S. Department of State's International Visitor Leadership Program, and ways that you can get involved as a citizen diplomat in our local community. Without further ado, it is my absolute pleasure to introduce to you our Global Ties Arizona chairperson of the board, Dan Schweiker. Over to you, Dan.
Hi, my name is Dan Schweiker, and I serve as chairperson for the board of Global Ties Arizona. I also chair the governing board for the School of Architecture, formerly the Frank Lloyd Wright School of Architecture, where we have deep relationships with students and universities around the world. In my working life, I was co-founder of China Mist Tea Company, an international beverage supplier that was headquartered in Scottsdale. I came to Arizona with nothing but an unair-conditioned 1976 Honda Civic. Arizona has been great to me, and I feel the continuing need to give back. Previously, I also chaired the Children's Action Alliance, Teach for America Arizona, Phoenix Day Child Development Center, and was a founding board member of Friends of Public Radio Arizona. In business, I was honored to be chosen as both the Phoenix and the Scottsdale Chambers of Commerce Small Business of the Year, the Inc. Magazine Entrepreneur of the Year, and the Arizona Exporter of the Year. Global Ties is an organization I've been involved with for nearly 40 years, beginning in 1982, when I first joined Global Ties' predecessor, the World Affairs Council of Phoenix, as a board member. Over 40 years as a home hospitality host, and once again now as a board member, I've had the opportunity to watch Global Ties grow into the state's premier leader of international exchange. You know, a little bit about our history. In 1950, local attorney J. Lester Schaefer started the World Affairs Council of Phoenix as a completely volunteer-run organization to assist the United States Department of State with their international exchange programs. During Les's leadership and direction, the volunteers were able to bring thousands of international visitors and leaders to the city of Phoenix, sharing with them our city's culture and connecting them with leaders here at home. After hosting 3,000 visitors in a single year, Lester decided it was time to formally incorporate the organization in 1966 under the World Affairs Council of Phoenix. Since then, the council has undergone a few name changes as our State Department affiliates evolved, eventually arriving at Global Ties Arizona. But we always continue to bring visitors to our great state and maintain its commitment to growing the international network of our citizens and creating international opportunities in our city. In 1990, Global Ties Arizona created the J. Lester Schaefer Award to recognize individuals who embody the values of our founder, J. Lester Schaefer. Over the years, the individuals who have received this award have shown dedication and commitment to international exchange and diversity by dedicating countless volunteer hours and supporting our organization with their expertise to ensure that we can successfully carry out our mission of citizen diplomacy, one handshake at a time. As chairman of the board, I am proud to present the 1920-21 J. Lester Schaefer Award to David Wilson for his volunteer efforts throughout 2020. David is a former board member of Global Ties Arizona who stepped down from his role on the board when he and his wife moved back to the United Kingdom last year to be closer to family. Despite moving across the globe and in the middle of the pandemic and organizational changes, David has volunteered his time from afar to aid the organization throughout last year and this year. Despite the time difference, David has found and still finds time in his busy schedule to meet frequently with our executive team as Global Ties Arizona has transitioned into new leadership and staff. His volunteer service over the past year has been essential to the operations of Global Ties Arizona. So please join me today in recognizing David Wilson for his dedication and service to our organization and making our world a more connected place. We will continue to find ways to involve David even from afar. So citizen diplomacy, why is it important and what does it do? Volunteers like David are what we call citizen diplomats, individuals who facilitate real people-to-people international exchange. Citizen diplomacy is the bedrock on which U.S. foreign policy exists. It connects people across borders, bringing nations and governments and people closer together. Citizen diplomacy is at the core of our work here at Global Ties Arizona, and we are so grateful to our partners, volunteers, and local network who engage with our organization to facilitate our mission. As a board member of Global Ties Arizona, I know the importance of citizen diplomacy for our state. Hosting home hospitality dinners for IVLP guests for almost 40 years, my wife, Suzanne, and I can attest to the importance of diplomacy, one handshake at a time. Now, I am pleased to turn over for a video introduction of our board members for Global Ties Arizona.
My name is Richard Fincher. I am an instructor of Asian Studies and International Dispute Resolution at Cornell University. Public diplomacy is so important because it builds friendships, friendships build trust, and trust builds meaningful relationships that endure into the future.
Hi, I'm Mel Sanderson, member of the Global Ties Board. When I was with the consulate in Istanbul, we had a hard time convincing a local official to take part in the international visitor program. It was worth it. His first words when he came back were, "America is nothing like what I thought. We have so much more in common than I knew."
I'm Beck. I currently work at the intersection of emerging tech and defense. Having lived abroad and serving at the Pentagon previously, I was able to see firsthand just how critical cross-cultural exchange can be for U.S. national security, the economy, as well as building lasting partnerships across borders. That's why I'm thrilled to help further Global Ties Arizona's mission in building connective tissue between communities and countries.
Hello, my name is Melissa Armstrong. I'm the Director of Interdisciplinary Global Programs at Northern Arizona University, Flagstaff. My motivation for serving on the Global Ties Arizona board is to help move the needle along with an inspired group of individuals in creating more international flow of people and ideas and cultures in our great state of Arizona.
Hi, my name is Alpha Wu. I am originally from Cameroon in West Africa. I support Global Ties Arizona because they promote international and cultural exchanges so that through their work, we can all become more conscious and intentional about our global citizenship.
I am the Senior Manager of Domestic and International Engagement at the Greater Phoenix Economic Council. I also have the pleasure of serving as the Partnerships Chair at Global Ties Arizona, where I used to work as a program officer. To modify a very popular quote, I believe that public diplomacy is important because borders frequented by trade and citizen diplomats seldom meet soldiers. Looking forward for what's to come for this next chapter of Global Ties Arizona.
Hi, I'm Dwight Winkler, and after decades of career in international business, taking 67 plus countries for 32 years abroad, I've had the opportunity to have a cross-cultural family. I believe Global Ties Arizona is something that should stay in Arizona.
A senior policy planner at the Maricopa Association of Governments, the Metropolitan Planning Organization and Council of Governments for the Phoenix Metropolitan Region. I am thrilled to be serving on the board of directors for Global Ties Arizona. It is such an important organization in that it brings people together from around the world with Arizonans to foster lasting personal and economic ties.
Hi, I'm Kelly Sandin, and I'm on Arizona State University's Economic Development Team, and I'm a proud board member of Global Ties Arizona Board of Directors. I'm proud to serve on the board because it's critically important to me to help promote cross-cultural collaboration and international diplomacy between this great state of Arizona and the rest of the world.
Thank you so much to our chair, Dan, and the entire board of directors for their support and commitment to the work of Global Ties Arizona and their contributions, their very important contributions to today's event. I would also like to take this moment to recognize Shelley Stevenson, a recent board member who unfortunately will be leaving us as she is departing to Finland with her family soon. However, I would like to thank you, Shelley, very much for your service to Global Ties over the years. Also, a heartfelt thank you and congratulations to David Wilson, former board member, volunteer, and today's recipient of the J. Lester Schaefer Award for Outstanding Volunteerism. As Dan mentioned earlier, David has provided invaluable and unparalleled support to Global Ties Arizona throughout the pandemic and as our organization has undergone substantial transition. For me personally, David has provided indispensable counsel on a weekly basis across time zones. I am forever grateful for his service and dedication despite having relocated across the Atlantic. David will be receiving a plaque of recognition to his home in the UK. And David, we hope that you will always remember us fondly. We look forward to continuing to work with you and welcoming you back to Arizona as soon as possible. And finally, I would also like to warmly thank Wendy Anderton, former president and CEO of Global Ties Arizona, for sharing her organizational and network expertise and fundamental support with me as I have transitioned into this new role of executive director. Thank you, Wendy. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce Catherine Brown, President and CEO of Global Ties U.S., to share a special message with us. Along with serving as President and CEO of Global Ties U.S., Catherine is also an adjunct assistant professor at Georgetown University's Center for Security Studies. Before joining Global Ties U.S. in 2018, Catherine was a public policy manager at Facebook and at the same time completed a residence as a Council on Foreign Relations at the as a Council on Foreign Relations International Affairs Fellow. Catherine has also served a variety of roles in the U.S. government, including as the Executive Director of the United States Advisory Commission on Public Diplomacy at the U.S. Department of State, an assistant to the National Security Advisor at the White House, as a communications advisor at the American Embassy in Kabul, and as a professional staff member at the Committee on Foreign Affairs at the U.S. House of Representatives. Catherine received her PhD in communications from Columbia University. Her book, Your Country, Our War, The Press and Diplomacy in Afghanistan, was published by Oxford University Press in 2019. Catherine is also a member of the University of Southern California Center on Public Diplomacy Advisory Board and the Alliance for International Exchange Board. I'm pleased to present to you all Catherine Brown.
I'm Catherine Brown, President and CEO of Global Ties U.S. I'm thrilled to be here with you today virtually to celebrate your relaunch as Global Ties Arizona looks to the future with new energy while honoring your past legacy. At Global Ties U.S., I have the honor and privilege of supporting the country's largest citizen diplomacy network. Together with Global Ties Arizona and more than 80 other community-based members, we make up the most established nationwide organization, ensuring that international exchanges help to advance critical U.S. foreign policy objectives. Our mission is to power individuals, communities, and nations to build trust and to advance peace and prosperity through international exchange. And we're proud that through the International Visitor Leadership Program and other exchanges, we're able to help enrich our U.S. cities and communities like yours in Phoenix. First, I want to thank Dan and the entire Global Ties Arizona board for their hard work guiding the organization through a transition, and to congratulate Kristen and her team on all of their accomplishments over the past few months. You've recruited 6 new board members and onboarded and trained a program coordinator dedicated to the International Visitor Leadership Program. You've hosted 40 participants on 4 virtual IVLP projects, with 2 more on the horizon this month. And you're leveraging Phoenix's strengths as an international and innovative city to offer international visitors the most unique and effective exchange experience possible. Through these programs, Global Ties Arizona helps to facilitate critical conversations around key global issues like women's entrepreneurship, media, and journalism, and minority group participation in democratic processes. These conversations create social trust between global leaders and help us to build alliances to tackle our toughest international challenges that know no borders. Citizen and subnational diplomacy, what Global Ties Arizona community partners and volunteers engage in every day, are foundational to building this trust. You might have heard of public diplomacy, which is what we do, being designed to sell America or to tell America's story better. That's focused on public relations and messaging. I've never subscribed to that view. Our work in public diplomacy, especially with international exchanges, isn't primarily to sell a story or to maintain a narrative. It's to build relationships, partnerships, and to build trust between the world and the United States. Open and authentic dialogue and relationships built through citizen-to-citizen diplomacy is how we get there. It's how we build that trust. And domestic engagement matters for our foreign policy. Exchange programs like the International Visitor Leadership Program offer tremendous opportunities to leverage citizen diplomacy, which is understanding that citizens have the right and the responsibility to be part of foreign affairs. Citizen diplomats like this year's Schaefer Award winner, David Wilson, help international visitors see and understand the United States' complexity and the strength and the diversity of our cities, institutions, and our civil society. In introducing exchange program participants to American activists, journalists, religious leaders, and other community leaders, citizen diplomats help to humanize and change Americans' view of foreign citizens and nations. There's never been a more urgent time for this work than right now. Despite travel limitations caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, international exchange didn't stop. The pandemic provided us an opportunity to slow down and really reimagine what public diplomacy and international exchange should look like in order to create the kind of impact we want to see. What I found was that, most of all, the slowdown in activity reminded us of the primacy of listening in our work. Exchange isn't just about traveling to a new place, it's about engaging and absorbing new perspectives to change how we think about the world and ourselves. It's trying to find common ground to problem solve. With the act of travel and the constant activity involved with exchanges eliminated this last year, there's been a singular focus on speaking and listening, on truly engaging without distractions. Global Ties Arizona and our other members found ways this last year for community-to-community connections with exchange program alumni virtually to better understand how others abroad were coping and adapting to this global pandemic. You also found ways at Global Ties Arizona to focus on supporting your community. And this focus on listening has also led us, as a network, to prioritize being more inclusive of diverse voices at home and abroad. 2020 was about more than the pandemic in the United States. It was about the overdue need for racial justice in our country. Our soft power rests on our credibility, and we need to embrace our stated democratic values at home if we're going to have that credibility abroad. That's why the State Department has made a commitment to diversity and inclusion in hiring staff at all levels that fully and accurately present the American people to the world. And in the international exchange field, we have a responsibility to extend that commitment to public diplomacy programs as we engage with our fellow citizens and with foreign publics. It's not just in our interest, it's the right thing to do. And as we emerge from the pandemic and re-engage with our community partners, it is crucial to work toward being more diverse and inclusive in who we engage in our work and how we go about designing exchange programs. And also work to strengthen our alliances through our cities, communities, and citizens. We live in an international social system. We're building trust, investing in relationships, and keeping an open mind is essential. And despite the challenges 2020 posed, globally and within your organization and within your community, you've remained committed to those values, and you now are in 2021 with a new resolve and a renewed, even deeper commitment to international exchange. Thank you for having me today. I wish I could be with you, but I send greetings from my family home in Los Altos, California. I hope that this summer brings many reunions between you and your friends and family and other loved ones. And I look forward to seeing what incredible things Global Ties Arizona will accomplish with Kristen, Dan, and the rest of your leadership. I hope to see you soon. Congratulations again.
I would like to thank Catherine for taking the time out of her family visit to share this informative message and one of encouragement for us with us today at our relaunch. I hope that through Catherine's message, you all have gained a greater understanding of the important work that the Global Ties U.S. network does in our local communities across the country and to advance our country's reputation and role in issues around the world. To fortify this message, we would like to share with you a testimony from Vinh Huang, an alumna of 2016 IVLP to the United States. Ms. Vinh Huang is a professor of human resources at Tan Duc Tăng TDTU in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. TDTU is a public research university in southern Vietnam with 12,000 students across 4 campuses. Our Global Ties Arizona board member, Richard Fincher, has known Vinh for 10 years from his time working for USAID in Hanoi. Vinh is originally from the city of Hue and holds an undergraduate degree in economics and an MBA. She is currently in school part-time for a PhD in human resources, and she is a mother of 2 children. In 2015, through our board member, Richard Fincher, who was then teaching at TDTU as a Fulbright scholar, Vinh met a few American officers from the US consulate. Within a month, the US consulate contacted Vinh and inquired if she would join the IVLP as a representative to Vietnam. The rest is history. She had a great experience visiting various cities across the country. And now what we would like to do is share with you a personal message from Vinh about her experience.
engagement. In 2000, problem rising space in the communities. Cultural national to inspire students in class. For the session relevant to the global context, especially for the cross-cultural engagement, rather than only learning from advanced college, should see in university in the U.S. society. And also, it's very helpful to coach student experiences to go abroad on their international summer camp in the U.S. And also, I can add more relationships to build global context, global network for my career in the future. The most important skill is to gain greater understanding of the cultural and differences in society and join firsthand experiences as people and culture. If I was to three main value was professional, multicultural, and taking contribution.
Hello, everyone, and what a beautiful video by our IVLP alumna, Vin. It's always so inspiring to see how programs such as the International Visitor Leadership Program influence and shape the work of our international counterparts. We look forward to sharing many more stories like Vin's for years to come. For those of you that have not yet met me, my name is Slona Lal, and I am the Program Coordinator of Global Ties Arizona, and I am so excited to see this many community members joining our relaunch event and supporting our organization as we promote international exchange and share our legacy and path forward. As mentioned earlier, with the situation of the pandemic, we have all had to make enormous changes to our lives and even sacrifices here at Global Ties Arizona. We have also had to redefine what our people-to-people and international exchange programming looks like, where in the past, our IVL participants used to physically travel to Arizona to meet our other like-minded international leaders. Similar to this webinar, we are currently conducting our professional meetings, home hospitality events, and our gatherings virtually. Let me tell you though, as a team, we have gotten pretty creative with our virtual programming in order to keep our audiences engaged and entertained in a virtual setting. In April, we hosted a group from Latin America, and we hosted them for a home hospitality event that engaged us in a U.S. lady-style brunch. Although we weren't able to come together in person, virtually we were able to talk about acai bowls, other yummy breakfast treats, and different drinks such as mimosas that we could share at a U.S. ladies brunch. If you give me one moment, I am going to share my screen. Unfortunately, it is not showing up right now. Thank you for bearing with me. We are just working with technology. As we know, as we've gone to a virtual setting, sometimes technology doesn't always work with us. So all right, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much again for bearing with me. And just a couple of weeks ago, we actually did host a group from Venezuela for U.S. political trivia, where we engaged in a Southwest style happy hour where we learned about the history of tequila and how to make a prickly pear margarita. With that being said, today I will be hosting a live trivia game to show you just how we like to engage our IVLP participants on program. To continue to celebrate international programming and exchange, all of our trivia questions and our prizes are internationally focused. There are 12 questions in total, and the first 5 questions will focus on Arizona and Global Ties Arizona. Some of the answers were provided in earlier remarks by Kristen and our board members, so let's see who is paying attention. The next 7 questions will focus on different regions of the world, and you will have 15 seconds to answer each question. There will be 3 winners in total. Our first prize is a $100 gift certificate to Gojo, a local and authentic Ethiopian restaurant in Phoenix. Our second prize is a $25 gift certificate to Pho Chow, a Vietnamese restaurant in Scottsdale, and it will be accompanied by a beautiful flame lantern from Vietnam. Our third prize gift is a $25 gift certificate to Juan Jaime's Tacos. Their locations are in Chandler and North Scottsdale. All right, who's ready to play trivia? All right, to join by QR code, please open your phone's camera and focus on the QR code on the webinar screen. Essentially, act like you're about to take a photo without taking a photo. A link should pop up and you should be able to click on it and enter your name to begin playing. Please enter your first name and last name. This will help us identify the correct winners of the game. The other option is to use your phone and to go to slido.com. You can enter the code 990505 to begin playing. Again, please enter your first name and last name to help us identify the winners. All right, let's see who's joining. All right, we've got Wendy, we've got Sapna, I see a rug, Seth, Shelly. Wow, we've got lots of people on here. Thank you so much for participating. We'll give you a couple of seconds to get acquainted. Again, that code is 990505 if you're at slido.com, or you can go ahead and scan that QR code. We've got 34 participants. I see 37 up there. Thank you so much. I know sometimes it's hard. Oh, I see Elizabeth. Hi, Elizabeth. I see Arturo, John, Ricky. Wonderful. All right, now before we begin the game, remember, you will have 15 seconds each per question. There are 12 questions total, and don't forget that you have to click the correct answer on your phone, not the webinar screen. Again, please use your phone and not the webinar screen because that will not allow you to display your answer. Everything will update in real time on your phone once we begin the game. I will read the questions and answers out loud. But remember, since you only have 15 seconds per question, please feel free to read and answer the questions at your own pace. I see 42 people. We'll give it just a couple more seconds. All right, and let's get started. All right, in 1966, Global Ties Arizona was first incorporated under the name World Affairs Council of Phoenix. How many visitors did the World Affairs Council of Phoenix host in 1966? Was it 273, 5,289, 3,000, or 720? Okay, we got some 3,000s. Correct. We've got 40% at 3,000. Ooh, we've got Mel at the top of the leaderboard. Second, what was the name of the first president of the World Affairs Council of Phoenix? Was it Samuel Pearson Goddard, J. Lester Schaefer, Timothy A. Barrow, or Jack Williams? 5 seconds. Let's see what you all decided. J. Lester Schaefer, 94%. Good job. For those listening out there, Mel is still at the top. Come on, Dan, you're in a close second. Third question, which British head of state visited the World Affairs Council of Phoenix? Was it Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, Queen Elizabeth II, Prime Minister Tony Blair, or Prince Charles? All right, we're gonna go back so that you could do that question. Go ahead, you have 15 seconds. Was it Margaret Thatcher, Queen Elizabeth, Tony Blair, or Prince Charles? We've got 5 seconds. All right, let's see what you all decided. We've got 61% at Prime Minister Tony Blair. The correct answer is actually Margaret Thatcher. She did visit the World Affairs Council of Phoenix as an IVLP participant. The leaderboard, we have Dan at the top. In 1991, which month was coined International Visitors Month in Arizona? Was it April, July, December, or September? We're at 8 seconds. 4 seconds. Oh, we've got September at 65%. You are all correct. And we've got Dan at the top. About what percentage of Arizona residents were born in another country? Is it 24%, 13%, 7%, or 32%? Let's see how well you know Arizona. All right, we've got answers at, it's 24 and 13. The correct answer is actually 13%. 13% are from another country. All right, so what 2 countries gained independence from the UK almost simultaneously in 1947? Was it India, Israel, Pakistan, or Jordan? Remember, you'll have to pick 2 answers for this question. And we've got India, Israel, Pakistan. The correct answer is India and Pakistan. All right, we've got Kyle at the top. Which country is the world's largest donor of economic aid? Is it Germany, the United States, China, or the United Kingdom? 10 seconds to go. Let's see if we could beat Kyle. 2 seconds. And the United States is correct. We are the largest donor of economic aid. We've got Kyle still at the top. Which country hosts the largest number of refugees annually? Is it Canada, Colombia, Turkey, or Pakistan? 10 seconds. 5 seconds. I'm really testing your international knowledge. Canada, Colombia. The correct answer is actually Turkey, 30%. That's a tricky one. Which organization based in Brussels is the world's most prominent example of regional integration? Is it the African Union, European Union, Union of South American Nations, or the United Nations? At 3 seconds. The European Union and the United Nations. The European Union is actually correct. Good job. We've got Kyle still at the top. Oh, Wendy, we've got Wendy at the top. Good job, Wendy. All right, which port of entry along the US-Mexico border is commonly considered the busiest land border crossing in the world? Is it El Paso, Texas, San Ysidro, San Diego, Nogales, Arizona, or Antelope Wells, New Mexico? 3 seconds. What did we decide? El Paso, Texas. The correct answer is actually San Ysidro. San Diego is the busiest crossing, border crossing. Good efforts, guys. We've got, let's see, Wendy at the top, David right under her. All right, let's see. Which country has the most international borders? Is it Russia, France, Germany, or China? We've got 7 seconds on the board. 3 seconds. And what did we decide? Russia. Actually, the correct answer is China with 14 international borders. That one surprised me. Lastly, to see who takes these prizes home, what region of the world speaks approximately 2,000 of the 7,000 languages of the world? Is it Sub-Saharan Africa, the Middle East, Northern Africa, or the Caribbean? 2 seconds. Sub-Saharan Africa is correct. They do speak 2,000 of the 7,000 languages of the world. It is an incredible number. All right, let's see who our winners are. Oh, we've got Wendy Anderton, David Wilson, and Clarissa Leha. Congratulations to our winners. And that does conclude our live trivia round with Global Ties Arizona. Thank you all so much for participating. I hope you all enjoyed playing trivia today and hopefully learned something new. I look forward to seeing you all in person soon, and I hope to continue to see you involved with Global Ties Arizona. If our 3 winners could please email me at sonal@globaltiesarizona.org. That's Sonal, SONAL, @globaltiesarizona.org. I will make sure to get your prizes to you. And now, let's meet Evan Nye, our operations assistant, who will be leading our partner recognition piece.
Well, wasn't that fun? Once again, congratulations to the winner of the trivia game, and thank you so much for joining us today. As Sonal mentioned, my name is Evan Nye, and I'm operations assistant here at Global Ties Arizona. I'm super excited to be here celebrating our relaunch in the new direction of international exchange and citizen diplomacy in Arizona. In his opening remarks, our board of directors chair, Daniel Schweiker, mentioned that we have been operating as an organization in one form or another for nearly 70 years. Bringing international leaders to our great state and facilitating global connections. To be this successful, we couldn't have done it alone. We rely on a large network of volunteers and community partners to create engaging exchange programs for our visitors from around the world. It is thanks to the contributions of these community partners that our programs are so successful and why our IVLP participants love their experience in our state. We would like to take a moment to recognize some of the countless number of partners who have worked with us over the years. Meeting with our IVLP visitors and so willingly sharing their knowledge, their expertise, their thoughts, and their ideas with them. These community partners are the clearest embodiment of citizen diplomats in our community. As mentioned earlier, over the last 6 weeks, Global Ties Arizona has hosted 4 international visitor leadership programs. In April, 20 women entrepreneurs from Latin America visited with Thunderbird School of Global Management to hear about Dream Builder, a program that provides resources and courses to small business owners in emerging markets to develop their skills and grow their business. Then in May, Global Ties Arizona hosted a group of leaders from Venezuela who participated in a panel with 3 grassroots community organizations responsible for driving Hispanic participation in the last presidential election. Aquí se vota, lucha, and Mi Familia Vota. The group also met with Chicanos por la Causa, who shared information about their resources available to minority communities in Arizona who advocate for minority rights at the local and state levels through the CPLC's Action Fund. In May, we hosted 7 journalists from India who met with Univision, participated in a panel with Spot 127 and KJAZ, and participated in a workshop with ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism to discuss media's influence in the United States, digital technologies, and the role of media in a democracy. And just today, we finished hosting a group of 6 women entrepreneurs from the Kyrgyz Republic. Yesterday, these individuals participated in a panel with representatives from Local First Arizona, the Arizona Commerce Authority, and the Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. And today they met with the Meta Yoga Studio to discuss experiences unique to women business owners. These are just a few of the organizations that we have partnered with for our IVOP programs. In the coming months, we will of course be hosting more IVOP programs. The first program is set for next week, where we will host women entrepreneurs from Africa. We will also be welcoming 2 journalism programs. The first features participants from Brazil for the program titled Murrow Program for Journalists, Media Responsibility in an Age of Disinformation. And the second features journalists from throughout the world for the program titled Edward R. Murrow, program for journalists, new and traditional broadcast media. In July, we have an exciting program planned for sustainability in the extractive industry, featuring participants from Africa. And we also plan to host a program titled Internationalizing Visual Classrooms in the COVID-19 Era. Finally, I would be remiss if I did not mention that our partners over the past few years. Just over the last year, last few years, we've engaged with nearly 200 organizations and individuals in Arizona, each of them offering our participants their unique perspectives and ideas. On the screen now, you will see just some of the names of our partners in the community who have contributed in one way or another. It's very likely that some of you in the audience who are listening today have worked with us in the past. To you and to every past and future partner in the community, we just want to say a big thank you and express our sincerest appreciation for displaying a willingness to engage with our participants and advance international exchange in the state of Arizona. We also want to recognize and thank our home hospitality hosts, who during COVID-19 have virtually welcomed visitors and shared with them a little slice of their life here in Arizona. With that said, I will say to our audience members today that we want to know you, so please reach out and let's reconnect. Now, I will turn it back over to our Executive Director, Kristen Allen, who will discuss with you all of our upcoming events and the different ways to get involved with Global Ties Arizona as a citizen diplomat.
Hello again. Thank you so much for bearing with us during some of our technical issues today. But as you can see, I have an absolutely incredible team here at Global Ties Arizona, and I am so happy that you were able to meet all of them today. I thank you so much to Sonal for sharing that delightful round of trivia. Congratulations to our winners. We can't wait to get your prizes to you. And Evan, thank you for sharing that very important information. Our partners are really at the heart of what we do. We value our partners so incredibly much, and we could not do the work that we do without your support. Catherine Brown of Global Ties U.S. had shared in her message earlier how important domestic engagement is to U.S. diplomacy efforts, our citizens being our most powerful asset when it comes to soft power. And as a local organization, it is our job to connect the dots with our community as to why foreign policy matters. As Catherine said, citizens have a right and also a responsibility to be involved in foreign affairs. And that's why at Global Ties Arizona, we are committed to sharing resources, opportunities, and events with our local community on the importance of relationships with nations around the world. So before we close the program this morning, I would like to share just a few ways that you can get involved with Global Ties Arizona. There's no doubt that home hospitality really has been and remains one of the most popular Global Ties activities. We are always looking for new community members to volunteer to host home hospitality with our international guests. And while we are all used to the in-person version of inviting a visitor into our homes to partake in a meal, home hospitality in a virtual setting is still fun-filled, interesting, and very informative. These engagements are normally 1 hour long and provide a unique, interactive, and mutually beneficial opportunity for our visitors and local community members to authentically connect with one another through courageous conversations, games, and the sharing of culture. After volunteering with us once, most of our volunteers continue to open their homes well into the years. We know that change also begins with our youth, and that's why at Global Ties, we are working over the coming months to build out and launch opportunities for our local youth to become more engaged in global affairs and diplomacy in order to inform and educate our Arizona leaders of tomorrow. So check our website in the coming months for more information about Academic World Quest, a local and national competition in Washington, D.C., hosted by the World Affairs Councils of America for high school students to connect with their like-minded peers and to test their knowledge on current international affairs, geography, and world history. Also, please stay tuned for the launch of our Young Diplomats program for the fall of 2021 and our International Studies scholarships. We will also share on our website other opportunities to volunteer as we return to in-person programming and events in future months, and also to intern. That said, I do want to share that we are currently looking for a digital content and social media intern for the summer. So if you know of a university student or recent graduate with an interest in foreign policy and communications, please send him or her our way. Another way that you can practice citizen diplomacy is by attending some of our upcoming events. Over the next few months, we'll be rolling out a number of exciting, engaging, and even educational events for you to connect with your peers, experience new cultures, and build a global network. Our very first new event series, because we know that everyone is itching to travel and is building their bucket list for when it's safe to do so, is our monthly destination series, hosted on a Travel Thursday every month. In this series, we explore a new featured global destination each month through a virtual tour led by an American expat or a local. Our first destination, as you can see here, is 1 week from today, next Thursday, June 10th at 5 o'clock, featuring Belize. Our friends at ECI Development will share all the beautiful tropical land of Belize and give us some information about the must-sees, the local dishes and drinks to try, and some key tips on how to live like a local. So keep an eye out also for the July program, which will feature New Zealand and Australia on July 8th. Also, we'd like to cordially invite you to a very special virtual conversation with Her Royal Highness Ambassador Rima Bandar Al Saud, Ambassador of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to the United States on Monday, June 14th at 4:30 p.m. Sponsored by our friends at Northern Arizona University, Global Ties Arizona will host this conversation with the ambassador to discuss foreign policy between our two nations. You're also going to have the opportunity to join us at our upcoming China Forum events. This is in partnership with the Phoenix Committee on Foreign Relations. If you're looking to expand your knowledge of China alongside a group of equally inquisitive peers, this event series is for you. So it features a thoughtfully curated mix of interactive discussions and educational excursions. The China Forum is designed to foster Arizonans' greater understanding of Chinese culture and traditions. And that said, we are going to be hosting our very first Dining for Diplomacy this August as part of the China Forum. It will be an event series that will allow you to connect over authentic cuisine and discuss culture and affairs of a foreign nation. So stay tuned for that. And finally, you can support citizen diplomacy through giving. We couldn't do the work that we do without our sponsors and our donors. So contact us if you're a business owner interested in learning more about corporate sponsorships. And as an individual, when you donate now, we would like to share with you a special gift to display your support and share your global citizenship. When you donate $25, we'll send you one of these fun Global Ties Arizona luggage tags to use on your next global destination, which maybe it will even be one you discover during our destination series. And when you donate $50 or more, we'll send you a Global Ties Arizona tumbler reading, "I am a citizen diplomat." And all of our donors of any amount will receive an annual subscription to Daily Chatter, a daily nonpartisan e-newsletter offering concise coverage of critical world-shaping events. So as you can see, we have many exciting upcoming events and programs and ways for you to get involved and start practicing citizen diplomacy alongside with us. And there are many more on the way. We hope you are able to join us. Whether you attend our destination series, the China Forum, special speaker events, your engagement is special and impactful. Time and time again, ambassadors and public officials stress that it's through real people-to-people connections that the bonds between nations are strengthened. As a globally engaged citizen, you not only build a global network, but you support the state of Arizona and your communities here at home. So thank you so much for joining us this morning for our relaunch. I would like to mention that we will have all of our individual videos that we played today on our website so that you can view them if you are unable to hear them at some point in the presentation. But we really hope that you did enjoy this program and we look forward to engaging with you. Please reach out to us with your questions, comments, ideas, ways to partner at any time. We look forward to hearing from you. So we appreciate your interest and support of international exchange and citizen diplomacy. Together, we can build a more peaceful, just, and prosperous world. And